Okay, did a little bit of that detail work and just made a command decision and look at the miniature now. So, I went ahead and you can see I added red to all the spots that there's going to be skin. And so there's a little bit of, I think that's a little bit of ankle showing on that side, a little bit showing on that side. You can see red there. And then what I was going to do is I was like, oh, let me just really quickly, um, do that little detail in gold at the edge of the, at this edge of the, um, of the sleeve. And then, give me one second. I still need to do the other edge of that sleeve. But then the gold was so watery, and I was like, oh man. But then I realized that this may be like one of those like Bob Ross happy accidents where I'm just gonna do the other edge of the sleeve right here before I forget about it. And then the other edge of the sleeve here. And I said, you know what? It's a watery gold, and what more wizardy color than kind of like a shimmering golden um like a cloak. So that I'm happy with it so far. It's going to need a little bit more work. And then the other thing I did was I said, well, let me just kind of get a little bit of color on his beard. And so I put a little bit of it's an interesting color from Citadel called Baylor. I think BALOR brown. So it's more of like a yellow. It's more like a mustardy yellow. Here it is right here actually. So Baylor brown is the color that we're starting off with the hair. So his hair, I feel like all of us knew this guy in high school, but his hair and his beard are all Baylor brown. And then the skin so far is red, and then it's got a kind of a shimmery effect on this cloak of his, and we're gonna work that effect. You can see how light the gold effect is, though. You can see the undercoat showing underneath even. So it's just a light, kind of a shimmery effect. Let's see if we can make that work. And so the next question is, what goes well with gold? And so a couple of options. Purple, obviously, purple and gold is classic. But another color that goes quite well with gold is like a navy and gold, and maybe like a navy kind of smock. So see, I mean, his outfit is really kind of three things. It's the cloak, which is this golden color right now. It's got a hood on it, but see, he's also got this he's also got this, I don't know, what is that, a tunic underneath, and it extends down here and gives you this little piece of cloth, and then he's got pants. So it's a three-piece thing. So I think what we're going to try to do is maybe try to make this like a navy blue type color, and maybe make this a navy blue type color. Let's see if we can make that work. Let's see if we can do that. And then the pants, I think we're going to try to do some kind of neutral color. We may leave those, I don't know, white or something, because it's starting to get a little bit colorful, not in a bad way. And the hat, God, the hat. Hat, we'll probably try to do navy blue also. So let's see how this works. So I have a color called ultramarine blue. I'm just going to see what that looks like. This is pretty watery stuff too, because I want a dark blue so I can apply highlights on it. And I'm going to actually use the rest of this gold in that too. And then so yeah, I like it. This is not a bad start. With some washes, this will darken, and then with some highlights, we may get a good kind of color on it. Let's see. Let's try it. Let's try it on the hat. And that's what it looks like. It's kind of light. We're going to go with it. It's like, not perfect, but not bad. Not bad to start by just getting a light layer of color onto this miniature. We don't want to be too dark either. These are classic miniatures. You know, it just, they don't look right in like a dark, heavily washed style. You want it to be colorful and interesting. You know, that's kind of like the theme of classic, you know, Games Workshop, classic hobbying. So, all right, so I wanted to give you guys an update, and then I will be back in a minute. Let me finish all the blue sections, okay? This requires a little bit of detail work, which is why I'm kind of on and offline, okay? I'll be right back.